Okay, Shalom. Hope you guys can hear me. Uh, Satan's always doing his thing. You know how it is. Anyway, let me begin. Barakatha Yahweh, Bashem Yahweh Shai, Barakatha Yahweh, Barakatha Yahweh Shai, Barakatha Yahweh, Barakatha Yahweh Shai, Barakatha Rakakadash. Double honors to our apostles of Great Millstone, our elders of GMS. Salutations to Yakim is pushing this truth into the end. Okay. All right. Looking at this new thing from the news, just popped up just half an hour ago. It says France test of nuclear capable ballistic missile and consistent with NPT obligations Iran. And let me just read just a little of this here. Let me just read a little bit so I can continue on. Iran has voiced concern over a recent test firing of an intercontinental nuclear capable ballistic missile by France, saying the test is in clear violation of the Non-Proliferation Treaty, the NPT, and inconsistent with saying the NPT is what they've been accusing Iran of violating all through these years. And Iran hasn't really openly come out with admitting having nuclear weapons, but you know they've been accusing Iran of having nuclear weapons dating back from the early 90s, man. In the information that I found, that's the information that I found, that they literally been accusing Iran of having or developing nuclear weapons since the 90s. I mean, how long will it take? you know, and through the spirit, we all believe that Iran actually has the missile, actually have nukes. Put it that way. We already know they are nuclear capable. As far as having the ballistic missiles. Hell, these devils are shooting. These heathens are shooting satellites out in space. So, um, so it says the government of the Islamic Republic of Iran expresses its concern over the move and believes that the French government should not overlook its international obligations enshrined in Article 6 of the NPT and the NPT review conferences. Iran Foreign Ministry spokesman Abbas Mousavi said on Saturday. He added that France must fully comply with the international obligations regarding nuclear disarmament. Now, I don't know why the hell Iran's mad, because eventually France is one of those nations that if they're let me just put it this way: all of Iran, all of the U.S. enemies, I say enemy, all of the U.S. allies are eventually going to shoot missiles against Babylon. So now, if Iran knew this, they knew the prophecies, if they were listening and watching the videos of the prophets, then they would know this. They would know this. Now, and like I said, this is pursuant to the book of um, Jeremiah. What I have here is it 49 or 50? It's the 50th chapter. It's the 50th chapter. All right. So it looks like France is getting ready to fulfill prophecy also, to play its role in fulfilling prophecy. That's all we see here. I'm so excited about these times, man, that honest, that hey, I'm like a little child, man. Watching these things pop off, and that, it's just literally it's the end of it's the end of this hard bondage that we're serving. That the 2/3 can care less. 2/3 is looking forward to receiving reparations, and it looks like that's picking up more and more steam here. Man, like I said, Satan's over here doing this thing with me. All right. There's just so much things are popping off, especially as far as the Lord separating the nations, not just nations. The division with America making enemies. He's separating the nations here in Babylon, and it looks like their race war is going to happen sooner than what we think, man. And you see the videos going up. You see the gatherings, as far as I don't want to say rioters, but the demonstrators. these demonstrators, the demonstrating as far as demonstrating against police brutality is continuing on. And actually, more and more shit is happening. You hear about these hangings, man. You know, you hear about these hangings. Jake being hung. You know, these goddamn devils. Hey, they gonna do their part to make sure this race war happens, man. And hell with the politicians and these sellout ass pastors trying to pacify this shit, trying to calm shit down. You know, those are examples of enemies of Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai. Those that are working against um, calming things down. When you want things to escalate, we want things to blow up, man. We want that spark to light. You know, that's literally what that's the patience and the faith of the saints, man. We're hoping that spark light, man. You know, the wick right now is burning slow. It's burning slow, but lots of things are happening. That's why we're so excited. But something's going to happen where, man, the Lord's going to put the spirit in these goddamn 2/3, and they're gonna come chewing. you know. But back to this. He added that France must fully comply with its international obligations regarding nuclear disarmament. Like I said, France is just getting ready to play its part and shooting its arrows against Babylon. So Jeremiah, the 50th chapter, in those days and in that time, said the Lord, the children of Israel shall come, they and the children of Judah together, going and weeping. They shall go and seek the Lord thy power. And we're in those times now when the children of Judah and the children of Israel are gathering. Everybody's waking up to this truth. Everybody, especially Jake, waking up that, oh, I'm an Israelite. And like I repeated before, and I'm going to repeat it again, a lot of these Jakes are just waking up. It's just a fashion trend. It's the hot shit right now. It's cool. It's cool. No, they don't even know that the Lord got an agenda for their asses, and that agenda is for them to get destroyed. Because when you wake up to waking up to that you're an Israelite, there's obligations that come with that. The obligations is to live righteously. To learn and live righteous. Simple as it is. That's an Israelite, man. We spiritually are the cleanest things on this planet. And as far as I'm concerned, GMS right now is the cleanest things walking this earth, man. Clean. Spiritually and physically, man. We're clean. Alright? So it says, they shall ask the way of Zion with their faces thitherward, saying, come and let us join ourselves to the Lord in a perpetual covenant that shall not be forgotten. My people have been lost sheep. Their shepherds have caused them to go astray. And that's continuing on. The shepherds, by not teaching the correct way. With this RFID chip, the mark of the beast, who the devil is, Esau, going to serve slavery, ISUPK actually, and Nate, Nasty Nate in the gang, they're totally against all that. The truth, they're against it. So the shepherds are leading the sheep astray, man. But the elect is coming under the fold. The elect, So my people have been lost sheep. Their shepherds have caused them to go astray. They have turned them away on the mountains. They have gone from mountain to hill. They have forgotten their resting place. So Jake is just into all kind of philosophies and madness, man, and serving all kind of wicked gods. But now the truth is being broadcast. It's being published now. The truth. All right. All that found them have devoured them, and their adversaries said, we offended not, because they have sinned against the Lord. The habitation of justice, even the Lord, the hope of their fathers. Remove out of the midst of Babylon, and go forth out of the land of the Chaldees, and be as the he-goat before the flocks. For lo, I will raise and cause to come up against Babylon an assembly of great nations from the north country, and they shall set themselves in array against her. From thence she shall be taken. Their arrows shall be as of a mighty expert man. None shall return in vain. So this is just France just building up to get ready to play their part in this scripture here. That assembly of great nations. Where's that Obadiah? Let me find this Obadiah. I thought there was something in Obadiah. Maybe just think a little bit too ahead. Okay. And Chaldea shall be spoiled, and that spoil her shall be satisfied, saith the Lord, because ye were glad, because ye rejoiced, O ye destroying of my heritage, because ye are grown fat as the heifer at grass and bellow as bulls. This motherfucking nation is just filling itself up with all its thievery, all its theft, living fat, man, living real fat. Um, okay, just a couple of scriptures I want to read. Obadiah 1:7. All the men of thy confederacy have brought thee even to the border. The men that were at peace with thee have deceived thee. And France is one of those nations where actually France really do hate Americans, man. You know, they really do. You know, but right now, since they're part of that union, they have to play the role, pretend to play that role. So the men that were at peace with thee have deceived thee and prevailed against thee. They that eat thy bread have laid a wound under thee. There is no understanding in him. So, like I said, man, France is just another one of those examples of this scripture here. Going to also Ezekiel, so I don't know why that's cutting off. Ezekiel, the 38th chapter also, speaks about the missiles. And let me end it with Revelation 17. Revelation 17. Why else my Revelation? How did it just get like this? Okay. My Bible is literally just tore the hell up here. Let me just close with this last scripture here. I'm just gonna get a fire scripture. Actually, one of my favorites. Malachi 4. There's plenty of them. Habakkuk also. Um, Amos. Where's she at? Like I said, man, it's a lot of fire going on. It's a lot of shit going on, man. Malachi 4:1, for behold, the day cometh that shall burn as an oven. Alright? And again, this is just France playing its role, man, playing its part. Let me read some more of this. I don't even know if there's more into that, though. It's just out of curiosity. I should have read it before I even started making the video, just out of knowing if there's any other nations that are putting their 2 cents into this. Okay, the Iranian spokesman emphasizes nuclear weapons pose a threat to global peace and security, and said that testing such weapons would undermine the NPT at the base of international non-proliferation and nuclear disarmament. The French Ministry of Armed Forces announced on June 12th the launch of an M51 submarine-launched ballistic missile from Le Temeraire, that's French, I don't speak French, a Triumphant-class nuclear-powered ballistic missile submarine. So it's just the times we're living in, man. People are investing into this nuclear weapon, into these nuclear missiles. They have no choice. They don't know why they're doing it. They don't know why. They think one thing, fighting against, thinking they're doing America's bidding. America's, got them by the balls and forcing them to invest more into their military, into their defense to pick up for the slack. Because America's been pushed to a corner, man. The whole world's starting to come up against this place. And plus, America's been exposed for its wickedness. You know, it's supposed to be the beacon of peace and justice. And, now it's been exposed. Its nakedness has been seen. The world's seeing this place for what it truly is, man. A nation of goddamn devils, man. You know, and it's beautiful that this place is going down, man. It's beautiful to witness it, man. You know, sit back, read them scriptures, and eat some popcorn and enjoy the ride. Because the worst is yet to come, baby. But that worst has to happen. The worst, Jacob's trouble, has to happen, man. And don't worry, the elect is going to make it through Jacob's trouble, the time of Jacob's trouble, the elect will make it through it. You know, we're going to be guided by by the angels. The angels is going to guide our ways. It's going to guide our steps, man. You know. So anyway, till next time, we're willing.